What is up, everybody? It's your boy Flash from ALWT Gaming, aka Malachi 36. 36. You know what I mean? 36. I'm here with my buddy. It's the 9-ball quarter pocket, aka Billiard, aka Mr. Pole and Stick. How's it going, good sir? How are you doing today?
It's going great today. Just chilling. Like I'm telling you off stream, watching a ton of anime and been playing actually a couple new, getting back into some old games. Join the other crew. As you see, Mildew is not here today, but we're gonna give him a day. Had to take some time off today, so
yeah. Sometimes you just need that you time. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need that you time.
Need a break.
Yep. Every so often. So,
but we.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
But we've been going ahead and we've been playing some. What's that game called? Night of the Dead again, which has got a massive update. So if anybody's been waiting on it, you might want to try to jump back in. So give it another shot, maybe. I'm gonna see how this goes. Outside of that, man, more or less just hanging out with family.
Yeah, and I know we were talking off stream. You're getting caught up on some of your anime. You want to tell the group and the congregation what you've been watching?
Well, we watched Demon Slayer. We caught back up on that. Outside of Demon Slayer, we've watched. What else we watched? We watched Demon Slayer, Black Clover.
Well, I want to do a full stop real quick because I want to ask you. And is it your nephew or your niece?
My niece.
Your niece. So I want to ask you and your niece who are your top 3 characters right now in Demon Slayer.
Oh god, my top one. I like Inosuke.
Inosuke, that's your top character?
Yeah, with the boar helmet. That dude is funny. I know, that's why I like him. He's hilarious. Zenitsu.
Her Zenitsu?
The one that sleeps.
You guys took the 2 most quirkiest characters in the entire anime as your favorites. I love it.
Dude, they said some of the most off-the-wall stuff, and Zenitsu's pretty cool too. I mean, anybody that knows that anime, it's hilarious. He knows like one move, but he just does it to perfection. He
does. He really does. It's fantastic anime. If you guys are not watching it right now, make sure you guys are checking it out on Crunchyroll. They have the sub and dub, fully dubbed for season 1 and 2. I think it's partially dubbed for season 3 that's going on right now. Last episode just ended this past Sunday. For Demon Slayer season 3, not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before that actually. So 2 Sundays ago is when it ended for season 3. So yeah, 10 out of 10 anime. I think it's a fantastic anime for sure. You said you were watching Black Clover a little bit as well.
Yeah, we was experimenting, but right now it's not resonating. So I don't know We're gonna take a break and probably watch Angels of Death.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna probably see if that one resonates again because that one's not clicking with us.
Yeah. And again, and I know I said this off stream, and I've actually said this on our all day anime when we had those actives a couple years back. Black Clover is one of those animes that it doesn't take a while, or it doesn't take a short time for it to get good. It takes a while. So other animes that pick up quickly, I would say would happen in the first 1 to 3 episodes. It usually picks up quickly. Animes that are slower to take place, usually about 7-8 episodes in. But this anime takes about 18 to 19 episodes before it starts getting good and starts finding its own identity. I'll say this again for anyone that's watched on stream that wants to get inside Black Clover, especially since the Black Clover movie is on YouTube on Netflix right now. Make sure that you watch it all. You got to power through some boring stuff. You're gonna have to power through some boring stuff, but when you get when you find out who Mars is, when you get there and you find out who Mars is, that's when it starts getting good. Not great. That's when it starts getting good. And then after that, there's going to be another arc area that changes. That's when it starts getting pretty great. And then there's another level after that, another arc after that, and you're just like, okay, this is absolutely fantastic.
There's another movie coming out too that I gotta go back to. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, it's Mildew Care inside the chat. He says other animes, they go from 0 to 60 in 3.5 episodes, roughly. Black Clover goes 0 to 60 eventually. So, yeah. And he's that's actually not wrong, to be honest with you. Like, the Mars is the threshold. Whatever that ends up getting, when you start finding out who Mars is, that's when it's just like, okay, now it's starting to pick up steam. Now it's finding its own identity, and then go from there. So, yeah.
Actually, there's another anime too that kind of inspired me. Psycho Pass, I've seen released in another movie, which is an anime I checked out a long time ago and absolutely adored. I love that one. Okay. Psycho Pass, and I've seen it. They had I think another movie's coming out for it.
Psycho Mob or Psycho Pass?
Psycho Pass.
I've never heard of that one. I've seen Psycho Mob season 1, but I haven't seen season 2 yet.
You've probably heard of the Guns, I believe. Did they have a new movie coming out? But, yep. Providence. That's the name of it. With you probably heard of the Guns, the Dominators.
No.
Oh. It's sort of like a dystopian future style.
Interesting. Is it on Crunchyroll as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, right now I've been getting in my slice of life as of recently. So again, kind of going inside the isekai style of it. How Reliana ended up at the Duke's Mansion. That's a really good one actually. I think a new episode came out on. If a new episode didn't come out this past week, then I think that they're done right now until it comes back. But that one's a really good one. I've been watching Home Hero, which that one I think is done for right now. This tomorrow is Oshinoko is going to be the last episode of this core for season 1. That's a fantastic anime. That's on High Dive. That's a fantastic anime right there.
I got High Dive. I've never used it.
You should watch Eminence in Shadow. That's a fantastic anime.
But I got it. Watch it. Never watched it yet.
Yeah, Eminence in Shadow is a good one. Mildew Care inside the chat says the Diary of the Breakwater Club is a good slice of life. Yeah, there's a couple. Oh, there's My Love Story with Yamada-kun, level 999. That's a good one. I hope that a lot of these animes I'm mentioning right now, they're done for the spring, and now we're going to start getting inside of our other summer animes. I don't want these spring animes to end, but I do think that most of them are ending. But we got 9 days now until Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 comes out. We got I think even a couple of days now before Bleach, the second part of 1,000 Year of Blood War comes back. So we have that's coming out. Like there's a lot of animes that's coming back now. So Classroom of the Elite got delayed, which was super unfortunate. I did not want that to get delayed, but it's delayed right now. And we do got a couple other animes that's on the horizon. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of animes myself as well, especially like on Saturday, Sunday. This past week, there's a couple things I want to talk about video game wise though. Video game news wise, video games that I've been playing. the night before Final Fantasy 16 came out. I knew that I was going to be devoting a lot of time to Final Fantasy 16. I already knew that. Mildew Carrot inside the chat says I need Bow Fury season 2. Season 3. I actually got to get through season 2 because season 2 did not hit, like when I was trying to watch season 2, it didn't hit me the way that season 1 did. So I think I'm so far removed to it to where I just need to go back, watch all of season 1 again maybe, and then just go inside season 2 now that I'm pretty sure that that's dubbed for Bow Fury. Because yeah, I really wasn't as, seems like a filler arc. Yeah, I hadn't been really that attached to season 2 of Bow Fury, and I actually have it on my calendar as reminders for me to watch it every week. Just never bothered to do it. Same thing for Kona. Well, I haven't tried Konosuba yet, because it's I need to get back to that one because it talks about what's her name? I can't remember the girl that does the explosions. I can't remember her name right now, but she's it's following her. So like before she actually met up with the main character and all that stuff. Always arch rivals with Union and everything. But video game wise though, right before I played Final Fantasy 16, which is an easy 12 out of 10 game. That's my game of the year right now. I even want to go one further and say it might even be I'll have to see how I feel after I beat it, but it might even outpace Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Now you guys know how much I love my Final Fantasy 7 Remake. This one might outpace it not by far, but like it's making a really strong argument right now. But before I decided to go and play that, I knew I was going to be having some time to be able to actually, like, I'm going to be focused on a lot of time on Final Fantasy 16. I went back and I played the Eternights demo, which is on Steam. You can only have it on Steam for the demo. I played it, and I actually have the stream up on our YouTube page. It's really good. It's actually really good. And you'll even hear me at the end of the demo be like, oh, that's it? Like, I wanted to keep going. They sucked me in. They earned my money, man. Like, I'm definitely going to have to, I don't know if I'm going to pre-order it. I probably won't pre-order it, but I'm going to wait until, like, I'll get it at launch. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm wondering, since it's a $40 title and it will be launching on PS4, PS5, and PC only, I'm wondering if PlayStation is going to put it inside the subscription service at all.
I heard something about, speaking of which, Final Fantasy, you just reminded me. I'm sorry to cut you off, but
no, you're good.
I didn't really watch it, but there's someone saying about Final Fantasy 16 coming to PC.
Yeah, it's coming to PC. That's a confirmed thing. They actually said that at the showcase. Now it's not coming to PC at launch. Like right now, you can only have it on PS5, but it is coming to PC. It's a console exclusive, which a lot of people are taking that as it'll come to Xbox eventually. Me personally, I don't think it's coming to Xbox at all.
It's not.
I know it's coming to PC for sure. We just don't know when that'll actually be. And but yeah, no, man, Final Fantasy 16 is so good. Like anyone that just says, "Oh, you just hit square and then you just that you guys call this a good game?" No. You guys had the rings equipped because the rings allow you to set your difficulty. That's what that does. If anyone that doesn't want to actually grind, they just want to play the game and enjoy the story, you have that capability of doing that. So yes, you can make it stupid easy if you want to. There's a video out there of some idiot like eating a sandwich and just pressing square because he's trying to make it look like that's how easy Final Fantasy 16 is. No, my friend. You can see in the upper corner that you have the ring of healing, auto healing equipped. You have the ring of auto dodging equipped, and you have the ring of timely attacks. So you won't have to do combos because the game will do combos for you. And on top of that, you can choose story mode, which I'm pretty sure he did. So you made it as easy as possible so you can try to troll the game. You know what I mean? So haters gonna hate. Go ahead.
When I did the demo, I played it on normal.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer, if I'm playing a single player game, for me personally, I play normal above.
Yeah.
Because it's stupid to play it on easy.
Yeah, but again, not everyone, like this game, as great as it is, it's not for everyone. So if anyone just wants to have a good story, they just want to experience something because this game is so in depth, and the way that the demo ends, like I was already excited for the game beforehand, but the way that the demo ends, I was like, oh, I got to get this game now. Like it was already pre-ordered, so it's not like I wasn't going to get it anyway. But it's just like I'm really excited that I pre-ordered this game now, and I can't, dude. I'm having such a great time with it. My only complaint would be the fact that I'm pretty far in now, and I just now got to an area where I can get a mount. So unless there's a lot of gameplay that's going to be ahead of me, which very well could be the case, I feel like I waited a very long time for me to actually get my mount. That was my only complaint. Aside from that, excellent game. Go ahead.
Do you really need a mount, or because some games I've noticed I play?
Yes, because it's open zone, but normally on open zone you don't need a mount. But some of these zones are pretty big, and I'm just like, and there's not always crystals that you can teleport to, and I'm just like, I wish I just had a mount that I could just rush this down to. So yeah, so it was just one of those things where, because I think I even threw it inside the group chat where I was just like, I wish that the thing had a mount, and then literally like minutes after I threw it out there inside the group chat, I was on my Facebook just scrolling on through. Somebody had posted up a video of them sitting on a chocobo. I was like, is this about to be happening? And then literally the next day I ended up getting my mount. So I was like, okay, cool, awesome. So, but the voice acting is fantastic. And one thing that you guys may not know about Final Fantasy 16 is that the main character, Clive, in real life, he lost his dad during the recording of the game. So some of those really raw and sad emotions that's coming out of them is legitimately from that. That was something that he's talked about on a podcast and everything like that previously, where he's like, his dad has been his biggest supporter. His dad had got him inside video games and got him inside Final Fantasy. And it was just one of those things where losing his dad throughout this, he couldn't even see the final product, obviously affected the main character, the main voice actor, in that way. But he used that towards his acting, which is incredible. But even aside from him, which I thought he did a fantastic job, even aside from him, all the voice actors, man, are really good. They touch on I see why they don't really have a lot of black people with any black people in the game, because they do touch on slavery pretty heavily. And it was just like,
okay. I just seen something about that. It was, that's something later. We might touch on that later.
Yeah, but no, you're good. I'm throwing it out there that overall, it is a great experience that I'm indulging in right now. This is the best Sid out of any of the Final Fantasies we've ever had. This Sid is so freaking cool. And yeah, I'll get my whole soapbox about it like later on after I beat the game and give you my thoughts. We might do like a spoiler cast, all that good stuff. But it will also depend on who all has beaten it at that time. But aside from that, yeah, Eternights is demo wise, I would give that a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 demo. Eternights is definitely a fantastic demo, and hopefully it'll be a fantastic game. And again, like even if even it's not included inside the PlayStation Plus subscription, which I'm hoping and kind of predicting it will be, it is a $40 game, so it's not like I even have to drop $75 for it. $40 and I'm able to get it and support this indie developer, which is awesome because they made a really good game. So yeah. But enough about that. We are 16 minutes in and we haven't even got to the main story yet. So let's go ahead and first and foremost kick off with some fantasy gaming news, or fantasy gaming. Yes. So I'll give you guys a little update on here. What's been happening here is that every single week, we've been kind of talking about the Fantasy Gaming League, which works very similar to fantasy football. But instead of it being on a weekly basis, is on an annual basis. You're not against just one person, you're against everybody at the same time, all at once. How it's scored is that it's on a 100-point scale, with 70 points being the threshold. Anything above 70 points gains you points. Anything below 70 points loses you points. Anything right at 70, you neither gain nor lose. And then there's also something out there called counter picks, to where you can try to choose a game that's on another person's list, try to mess them up. If it ends up not coming out, you just vacated that spot and they get 0 points for it. But if it does come out and it does poorly, you gain the points that they would have lost. And then if it does great, you unfortunately reap what you sow. So you actually lose the points that they would have gained from that. So things are getting interesting as more games came out. And I have one more thing, a comment to make about Final Fantasy 16 after this. Just one more, and then I'm done. So, right now, in no particular order, we have Zaka Corp, a.k.a. It's the 9-Ball, whose list is looking like this. Oh, you picked up Mortal Kombat 1, you jerk?
I don't know where it came from. It's on my list.
I do not like you. I don't like your one.
I don't know where it came from.
Nope, I bid for that mug. Oh, you suck. You suck.
I don't know what happened. It disappeared.
Oh, you know what? How about you just drop it so it can appear on my list, you jerk. All right, so we have aside from that little ad lib there, that was not planned. I just saw that and it shocked me. He has Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, which got him 32 points. Wolong Fallen Dynasty, 11 points. Redfall, negative 11 points. Redfall or The Wolf Among Us, which is not coming out this year. He has the Plucky Squire, Warhammer 40k, Space Marine 2, Tekken 8, and freaking Mortal Kombat 1, which are all pending. And he has a System Shock, which got him 70 points. Counter pick of Sons of the Forest. He's sitting right now at 38 points.
Only Redfall did better.
Yeah, Redfall delivered the way that you would have thought it would have. Then, yeah, you'd be in a really good position right now for first.
I thought it would at least break even.
Yeah, me too, actually. I have represent ALWT Gaming, Final Fantasy 16, which got 19 points. Street Fighter 6, 23 points. 23 points for Street Fighter. Okay, I mean, I'm not complaining, but that's pretty high for a fighting game.
Fighting games have been doing really well as of late.
Yeah, but to break the 90s though, that's the part that's like kind of shocking me a little bit. But again, it helps my cause out. I ain't complaining. Hades 2 pending, Forza Motorsport pending, Horizon Call of the Mountain got me 10 points, Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals pending, Eternights pending, Stellar Blade pending, Remnant 2 pending. I have an open spot, and I have a counter pick of Black Myth Wukong, which is not coming out this year. Next up, we have Illuminatus Living, who has Resident Evil 4 Remake, 24 points, Hollow Knight Silksong pending, Octopath Traveler 2, 15 points, Like a Dragon Ishin, 11 points, Sea of Stars and Bomb Rush Cyberpunk are both pending. He has 4 open spots. He has a kind of pick up Wolf Among Us, which is not coming out this year, and he's at 50 points right now. At 16 points is Titan Brain Go Punch, who has Fire Emblem Engage, 11 points. Liza P pending. Armor Core 6 Fires of Rubicon pending. Pikmin 4 pending. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth not coming out this year. Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line, 16 points. Metro Prime 4 pending. Dragon Age Dreadwolf pending. He has 2 open spots and has a counter pick of Bayonetta Origins, Cereza, and the Lost Demon, which got him negative 11 points. I feel like it was less than that. I feel like it's getting bigger, like as more people are reviewing it and it's coming out and doing even higher numbers. Because I don't remember it being at an 81, but that's where it's at right now. Next up, we have Carrot Patch Inc., who has the list of following. He has Hogwarts Legacy, 14 points. Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man 2, pending. Wild Hearts, 9 points. Covenant Heroes 3, 8 points. Sons of Forest, pending. Advanced Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp, 11 points. Minecraft Legends got exactly 70, so 0 points. Terranil, 12 points. Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key, 12 points. He has an open spot, and he has a One Piece Odyssey as a counter pick, which got him negative 4 points. Next up, we have Dr. Q, a.k.a. Shaolin Keys, a.k.a. Dr. Keys, who has Suicide Squad Kill Justice League, not coming out this year. Dead Space Remake, 19 points. Alan Wake 2, pending. Dead Island 2, 5 points. Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demons, 11 points. He has a counter pick of 4 Spoken, which got him 3 points. 38 right now is his score. And going back to Mildew Carrot, his is at 62 right now. Next up is Gravitron, who has Star Wars Jedi Survivor, 14 points. Forspoken, negative 3. Atomic Heart, 4 points. Black Myth Wukong, 0 points because it's not coming out this year. Skull and Bones, pending. He has 5 open spots. He has a kind of pick of Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, which is not coming out this year. And lastly, but not leastly, is Moga, Make How Great Again, who has Diablo 4, 19 points. Starfield, pending. Assassin's Creed Mirage, pending. One Piece Odyssey, 4 points. He has Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, pending. 5 open spots. Counter pick of Skull and Bones. He's sitting at 23 points. So your overall standings right now is Mildew Carrot is in first place with 64.4 points. ALWT Gaming is second place with 52.6 points. LSB Live is in third place, 50.28 points. It's the Nine Ball, fourth place, 37.83 points. Dr. Q, fifth place, 37.78 points. Sixth place is Ohio with 22.56 points. Seventh place is Silent, which is 15.61 points. And then Gravity Mark II is in last place right now with 14.71 points. So yeah, and the reason why I wanted to bring up Final Fantasy 16 one last time, so people are going to do what they want to do. It's going to happen. All right. The reason why I wanted to bring this up is because people were literally review bombing some of the shoe. I was about to say shoe lovers. Some of the consumers were like probably Xbox fans and all that good stuff, and people that just wanted to hate on Final Fantasy 16 were review bombing the mess out of Final Fantasy 16. Metacritic gave it like an 88. A lot of people were giving it like a 60, or something like that. Like they were giving it poor scores. As of recently, over the course of the past couple of days, people have the fans have been fighting back and giving it the score that it deserves, which is why it's now sitting at I think it was why I said it was an 88, 89, something like that. For on the fan side of it too as well. So right now it's an 8 overall instead of a 6 overall, which is what it was at before. Trying to say it was a terrible game. No, I'm gonna play it at the end of the day. Play it for yourself. If it's a terrible game to you, it's a terrible game to you. I can't change your mind on that. But it does not deserve the score that it was initially given beforehand. I really do think that a lot of people were doing that because they don't want Final Fantasy 16 to be Game of the Year. They want Tears of the Kingdom to be Game of the Year. So that's why they did what they did.
They used to have a system in place for that, actually. I believe Steam started doing stuff the way they was removing review bombings for different reasons.
Yeah, I don't know.
In games.
I was about to say, I don't know if OpenCritic and Metacritic have something like that, but that is something that was definitely, it definitely was happening around, because I cannot tell you how much my social media feeds are just like, oh, you just hit square and you beat the game and the graphics suck and the gameplay sucks. It's not really a Final Fantasy. And are you guys are literally looking for something to complain about? Why? What is it about Final Fantasy that people do not want to see it succeed? So, and I do think the leading argument, there's other reasons why people might not want it to succeed for own personal reason, whatever. But I do think that the lead reason is because it is comparatively going up against Tears of the Kingdom, and that is now that it's actually a good game and that it actually has a chance of winning. They don't want it to win. They just want Tears of the Kingdom to win. So they're just like, all right.
I'm currently looking it up right now. I just ran into it. Why is Final Fantasy 16 being review bombed? Getting all kind of stuff. Somebody said because some people don't like that it divulged change from its old, ATB or combat.
It doesn't matter, dude. Do you know how? I know you're not saying this, but I'm just saying in general. Final Fantasy has been almost different every single game. 7 and 8, they're similar in playstyle, yes, but even that is different. Does 7 use or does 8 use mana? No, it doesn't. You draw from the creatures. You know what I mean? That already is different. Even the mini games were different. You had the card game Triple Triad that you had in Final Fantasy 8, and Final Fantasy 7 you had the Golden Saucer events. And then fast forward to, don't even get me started on over Final Fantasy 10 where it was Blitzball all day, and it was truly turn based because you can actually be on yourself and not even you could be on yourself and then not even have to press pause. Like you can't press pause because it's your turn technically. So that one wasn't even true ATB. It wasn't even ATB. It was truly a turn-based thing. So people just don't and then go fast forwarding even for more than that. Final Fantasy 15. That was a different approach. Every Final Fantasy has been different for the most part. I don't understand. If you have a Final Fantasy that you like, stick with it. Cool. Don't be harping on the other ones. Milduke says, I review bombed it. Got hype. It Game of the Year just for ALWT Gaming. I review bombed it. Got hype it up to game. I review bombed it. Got hype it up to. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. Are you?
I'm saying the exact same thing.
I can't type. You're good. I was about to say, I'm assuming you're saying I review bombed it just so I can hype it up for the game of the year. And that's what I'm assuming you said, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
If that's the case, I will review bomb it with you.
Replace it with to go get. Replace it got with the get. I will review bomb it, get hype to get game of the year just for ALWT gaming. Okay, I got you.
I will review bomb it with you.
Yeah, in a positive way. When y'all say bomb, I don't want to see that negativity. I want to see that positivity because these.
You ever heard of hate playing, like hate watching?
Yeah. Ohio did it when I told him that My Dress Up Darling was better than quintessential quintuplets. Yeah, he's just like, all right, now I'm going to have to watch My Dress Up Darling because now I'm just going to hate watch it. Yep. Now, he ended up liking it, but still. Mega meme. Oh, I am mega maining it. So, no, well, I know you didn't. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were here earlier, but the character's name that I kept on forgetting for Konosuba, it was Megamine. So you actually just kind of reminded me of something. So there you go. Megamine from my earlier conversation is the name of the character that's talking about. So, but anyway, yeah. So I say all that to say, give Final Fantasy 16 a demo a chance if you guys have a PS5. Again, remember it's only on PS5 right now. So PC players and PS4 players. Xbox players, Nintendo Switch players, you guys will unfortunately not be able to play it right now. PC players eventually, but everyone else TBD, probably not, but TBD. No, definitely not PS4. It's not coming to PS4. But
to my PC gamers, we all know the routine. You got a Steam sale coming up. Pick up some games there. We probably got 700-800 games in your library. Beat some of them while you wait for Final Fantasy 16.
Before we actually go inside story number one, we're on the Steam topic. You want to talk about the Steam sale?
Oh, yeah. This June 29th, it's my birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday, man!
Yeah,
Let's go!
That's my birthday gift, a Steam sale.
A Steam sale. Someone go ahead and give the yeet inside the chat for it's the 9 ball here. Give him a little yeet out there. Let's go. Happy early birthday, man. How old do you turn if you don't mind me asking?
What do I have to say?
All right. No, you don't have to.
I'll tell you after.
Okay. Okay, all right. You're turning 21 again. There you go. You're turning 21 again.
21. 21. We're going 21.
Let's go. All right, but as you were saying, June 29th Steam sale?
June 29th, I think gonna last, I want to say 2 weeks. Got some pretty good deals. One of which that stands out is, of course, the Cyberpunk 2077 plus Phantom Liberty bundle for $60. So you're picking up the Cyberpunk plus the DLC for it for $55, which for me right now is a really good deal. Like I said, it launched absolutely terrible. And since 2.0, as people are dubbing it, is just coming out, if you haven't picked it up, around this time may be a good time, or just wait a little bit for the Phantom Liberty launch. But we got a few other sales going on right now as well. I think, has Epic started up theirs? I don't really check Epic. I'm sorry, people.
I do want to give a little shout out over there. I know you didn't hear it, but I want to give a shout out there for Amelia Carrot for giving us the sexy sax for your birthday right there.
Oh,
that was playing in the background as you're giving us the little details.
We also have a summer sale on Fanatical, and they've got a couple good deals. Tales of Arise, $17.
That's a steal deal right there. That's a steal freaking deal.
That's a steal for the game.
Yes.
My niece has been playing the mess out of that game, and it looks absolutely beautiful. They also still have Starfield for $60. Yep, $60 for Starfield, along with Mortal Kombat 1. But it's several deals, so I would say if you're looking for games, go through these, check out some of them. I don't know if Humbo's having theirs, but Fanatico and Steam in a couple of days are all gonna be having theirs. And like I said, recently Cult of Mush released a video on surviving the Steam sales. I would say definitely listen to it about it because he goes into the certain things you can do to save money. And don't forget, I know we get new people on PC. It's not the same as being on a console. You don't mainly have one like seller like PlayStation. There's nothing against PlayStation and stuff, but remember you can on PC shop around. So if you see a game that looks interesting on a Steam sale, you can check out other places. Like you might want to go check out Fanatical, Green Man Gaming. These are all legit sites.
GOG, Amazon.
Yep. Humble Bundle. See if they can get a better deal because they're all going to be hitting summer sales around this time. But check out the Cult of Mush video also. I'll try to find it and post it in chat so I can check it out.
Wish list is what Mildew Carrot says inside the chat.
Yep, that too.
So, yeah. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we have 4 stories today, and we have a little fun one on out there. Talk about games that's coming out in 2024. So, the first fun one is one that I'm actually pretty excited for, to be honest with you. It is the Bandai Namco Showcase. So Sal Romano from Gamatsu says this in the article. Bandai Namco will share quote-unquote exciting announcements and game reveals, end quote, during its Bandai Namco Summer Showcase at Anime Expo 2023 on July 1st from 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time, which is 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to 6 p.m. Pacific Time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the company announced. Quote, the Bandai Namco Summer Showcase panel returns this year, once again bringing together top anime game makers from Japan to deliver the barrage of news and reveals, reads a press release. Quote, the panel will feature exciting developments for hotly anticipated games based on Naruto, Saiyan, Sword Art Online, Baten Kaitos, and more. A separate description in the press release states in the event will feature exciting announcements and reveals. So, yeah, so this one I'm actually very excited for because you think about Bandai Namco and it's just like, okay, it's Bandai Namco. But then when you think about the games that they actually could have. So again, who makes what's it called? I think it's Elden Ring. Yeah, FromSoft, yes, but I think they're also with Bandai Namco if I'm not mistaken.
Let me check.
Yeah, I think that's the case. But even so, you still like again they are pivotal for known as anime game makers. I would love to see a Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in Dungeon video game, or at that time I got reincarnated as Slime video game, or a Baki video game, or I want to see something that's a little fresh and new. Jujutsu Kaisen, that'd be a cool video game to actually have on out there. There's a different plethora of different games that they could have out there. I think. If I'm not mistaken, I think the My Hero Academia video game, the Rumble, Royal Rumble, I think that is Bandai Namco. There's definitely some stuff that they can bring out there. Armor Core, I'm pretty sure is Bandai Namco. I know it's FromSoft as well. So there's just a lot of things that could be here. Now, they're all going to be there? Probably not, especially since some of them are pretty higher on the PlayStation spectrum and Xbox spectrum. Like Elden Ring will probably likely show up, like Elden Ring DLC or Elden Ring 2 or something like that. Likely will show up at like a PlayStation showcase or an Xbox showcase versus a Bandai Namco showcase. Just because, again, Bandai Namco by name is not as big as PlayStation and Xbox are. So we'll see. I don't really have any expectations here. Besides, I just want to see more. Like I want to see what the next Sword Art Online game is going to be. I'm a little backlog on my on my Sword Art Online. I still got to get through Fatal Bullet. I still got to pick up and get through Lyricist is it Alicization Lyricist, because that takes place after the Alicization arc. Is it Lyricist? Oh no, it's Licorice, but let me see what it's called because I'm butchering the name. So right here. SAO video game. In order. So is that one? Infinity Moment. Don't know. Hollow Fragment. Okay. Lost Song. Yep. I own that. Hollow Fragment Remastered 2015. Hollow Realization. I picked that up and beat it. That was fantastic. Excel World versus Sword Art Online 2017. Fatal Bullet 2018. Integral Factor 2018. I had that on my phone for a while. Alicization Licorice. That's what it is. That was in 2020. So I still have to pick that game up and beat it. But before I get to that point, I still have to beat Fatal Bullet. I just got to find the time to grind. Go through that. Maybe if one of these days when I hit the 6 figures, I can do that. But yeah, but as of right now, that's what I have to do. So, but I do want to see what the next Sword Art Online game is going to be, if anything. Yeah. So where's your hype level and expectations for something like this?
Generally, I like Bandai Namco. Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, you was right. They do have Elden Ring. The Tales series is underneath them.
I didn't even think about Tales, yeah.
Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
We might even see freaking Tenkaichi 4.
Yeah, what was that one? Shinobi Strikers.
Yep, Naruto the Boruto Shinobi Strikers. Yep.
Tekken 8. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, we might see some Tekken, yep.
You got Code Vein. There's a lot of good games here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at just basically an overview of them. And so this could be a pretty good one. Scarlet Nexus, like everybody says, usually is an underrated game.
Yep.
I don't know about Ace Combat. I've heard good things about it, but I don't really play.
I used to love it back in the day on my PS2. Fighter Jets.
I don't want to play fighter pilot games. Of course, I haven't even played that yet.
That used to be my game, like back on PS1, going into that PS2, and then after that I started growing up. but as far as you, like, where's your hype? If you had to put your hype level on a scale of 1 to 10, or just non-existent, where's it at for you right now?
Looking at this library of games, I'm gonna give it about a 6. 6. I know it don't sound high, but you kind of. Somebody once said something. I take it to heart sometimes with these showcases. You start low and you let them bring it up.
Yeah.
My Hero Academia's on here.
Yep.
Little Nightmares. I almost forgot about that franchise.
Yeah, I think that no, I'm right there with you. Like I because if you think about it, the last time they had a showcase was in 2020. Like, they don't do showcases, and I think that in 2020 was their first showcase, if I'm not mistaken. So it's just one of those things where it's just like, okay, they don't do these this often, and now that we're getting this again, after Summer Game Fest, after PlayStation Showcase, after Xbox Showcase, so it's just like, okay, do they have stuff that they're going to show? And that's the part that's a little exciting. But again, they don't do it often, so it's kind of hard to know what to expect entirely. So we're going to try to live react to it on Saturday. It is 7:30 p.m. our time, Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to try to live react to it. So stay tuned for all that.
Keep your ears to the ground.
Yeah, but push come to shove, if we don't live react to it, we'll post react to it. Probably like on Sunday or something like that. Story number 2. IO Interactive's new game ... for Xbox. Ooh. Luis Joshua Gutierrez from GameSpot says this in the article. IO Interactive, the team behind the popular Hitman series, is working on a new fantasy RPG. And according to the internal Microsoft documents, it might be an Xbox exclusive. The news comes from a collection of emails and documents presented during the FTC trial via IGN, which revealed that Xbox would be working on IO Interactive. Oh, with them. On page 33 of the PDF file, under the expected release and previously shipped games section at the very top, you can see the upcoming IO game listed as Project Dragon. Under platforms, it reads PC and Xbox Series S and X, which with the genre being noted as RPG shooter. Also pointed out by IGN report, the document stated that Project Dragon is for XGS Publishing, aka Xbox Game Studios. IO Interactive had announced that it was working on a fantasy RPG, but never referred to it as Project Dragon. Not much is known about Project Dragon, but according to the dev team, it's quote unquote new world, new IP, an online fantasy RPG. A world in a game built from the core of entertainment players and expand for many years to come. Although it's too soon to tell, Project Dragon may be the RPG game Xbox is looking for, especially after it revealed that Xbox Game Pass on Genshin Impact. Oh, the Xbox passed on Genshin Impact late last year. So, what do you think about this? Does IO Interactive working on a fantasy RPG excite you at all?
No. I need to see more of it. I need to see some gameplay and stuff on there.
Yeah, I was about to say, I need to see more of it. I gotta see it. I gotta see what it's about, because again, like, it's, and I was listening to Kind of Funny Games earlier talk about this and everything, and they have mentioned that you have game developers that usually work on something that's similar. For example, Naughty Dog, they have Last of Us and Uncharted. They're different, but they are kind of similar in design and how they play. Going on over to Destiny and Halo. Different, but they also run very similar too as well. So usually whenever studios, they try
BioWare games.
So again, when you try to do something that's like, this is drastically different. You're going from a spy agent shooter, assassination tactic, to a straight fantasy RPG, which in my mind is like Final Fantasy or like the Tales series or something like that. That is a huge 180 shift, and I wonder if they could pull it off.
It can be done. I've seen it. One good example is, of course, one of my favorite games, Alien Isolation. Creative Assembly made that. Until then, it was really known for their strategy games.
Mm-hmm.
Let me bring up what creative, because most of the time they did their. I'm trying to remember what games they were. I can't remember the name of the games they do. Oh, Total War.
Okay, yeah. Total War Shogun.
They did, the Total War series and all those. And looks like FIFA and stuff like that. And they took an entirely different shift and went to Alien Isolation, which was essentially a horror game.
Mm. Which
did excellent. So it can work, because sometimes it's better because it's a fresh set of eyes coming from a different perspective, other than a person that's gotten so used to doing this, and this in a horror game. Right. You have a guy that doesn't have a style, and he's just putting his own thing into it.
Yep.
So wish him the best, but like you said, we got to see the game first.
Absolutely.
I got to see this tree before I taste the fruit.
Story number 3, we have Rockstar going VR. Joseph Yadin from GameSpot says this in the article. Rockstar Games may have a VR project in the works, at least according to the voice actor Michael Urser's resume. As listed under the VR portion of the resume, an undisclosed Rockstar game appears, but doesn't specify what the game or project is. This comes by way of Reset Era thread, as relayed by Games Radar. Rockstar is no stranger to VR. We know the company is still working on a VR version of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for Oculus Quest. However, the listing of Ursa's name resume seems to be something completely different. It is not unusual for a game studio to have multiple projects in development. Rockstar Games is typically very secretive, so it's unclear when we will hear more about the potential VR game. Dude, I almost debated putting this even in there. I don't care. I don't care. Give us the next Grand Theft Auto. You've been milking the crap out of... You haven't made a game since Red Dead Redemption 2. When did that game come out? Let's look that up. We gotta see what
it got. If it's Grand Theft Auto 5, the VR edition.
That's probably what it's going to be. When did Red Dead Redemption 2 come out? That's I have to put the 2 in there because it's
released in 2018.
That's when it came out.
Yeah, October.
Yeah, October 26th. Yeah, I see it right there. Yep. So this game, the last game, not series of games, the last game you put out was 5 years ago. 5 years ago. We don't even have a flicker of an announcement of your next game project. No, man. I'm telling you, the next game that y'all come out with, it better shift the genre like what Cyberpunk was supposed to do. It better shift because
it's Grand Theft Auto 5 VR edition.
Yeah, if it is, I will boycott that game so hard, dude. That'll be ridiculous if they do that. It is unheard of for you not to have a game in the past 5 years, going on 6. We haven't heard anything from Rockstar this year. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, y'all are milking the crap out of Grand Theft Auto 5 at the moment.
They have been. I've been just Grand Theft Auto 5, this, coming to this, that, and everything. It's just basically the Skyrim effect.
Mm-hmm. And let's see when Grand Theft Auto 5 initially came out. Because it came out, that's a PS3 game. That came out.
2013.
Yeah, that came out 10 years ago. That came out 10 years. A full life of a console has already passed. Legitimately, a full life. The consoles usually are around for about 8 to 10 years, roughly, before the next one comes out. A full life of the console has already passed, and you're still milking the crap out of this game. Mildew Carrot says, it's fine. No, it's not! It is not okay. That is not okay. The devil is a liar.
That poor child. That baby's been forced to perform to death. Get back on stage. You gotta go again. Oh, my feet hurt. Get back up. I don't care.
I want a nap. You can nap when you're dead.
Go back up. The Nintendo's here.
But yeah, so do you have anything else to say about the Rockstar going VR? Because I pretty much like that is interesting, but I don't care because you haven't made a game in the past 5 years, and then the game that you are milking was 10 years ago.
I know it's so rare. I mean, they don't release games, and they have no games, no information, or nothing. It's just they release something, and then they sit on it for a while.
Yeah.
For decades, and then eventually something will come out.
Yeah, I need them to step it up. Story number 4, which is our final main story of the day, which is BioWare passing the baton. Grace Benfell from GameSpot says this is our article. BioWare has announced that the studio Broadsword will undertake active development of the long-running MMORPG Star Wars: The Old Republic. The current content plans for MMO remains in place. In a prepared statement, BioWare's general manager Adam McKay emphasized that the MMO has been a huge success. He said, quote, it's the longest running live service Star Wars game ever, and we're enormously proud of the work the team has done in creating, expanding, and maintaining this incredible game. He added, the change means that the players will continue to enjoy Star Wars: The Old Republic they know and love. In addition to previously announced plans, Star Wars: The Old Republic will be receiving further updates that have not yet been revealed. The majority of the current Star Wars: The Old Republic team will continue to work on the MMO under Broadsword. However, not every role has been invited to move. McKay said, This is the hardest part of the transition, and the decisions were not made lightly. We are, of course, doing everything we can to support the affected team members who have an opportunity to find new roles within EA. End quote, end story. Yeah.
That's kind of that got had a bitter taste at the end.
Yeah. I was about to say, it sounded good as far as like them now, because now they'll be able to focus on other things, but then they went ahead and was like, yeah, by the way, you don't have jobs anymore. Like, oh, that sucks. So how do you feel about? I know we dabbled a little bit in the Old Republic, but how do you feel about all of this that's happening right now with Star Wars: The Old Republic going underneath another team? Do you think that this a recipe for disaster, or do you think it's just going to be just fine?
It depends. I feel like it's probably because when did that? Wow, that's another one we got to check on. When did the Old Republic launch? Because that game was old as dirt when I played it.
Star Wars
2011. That the. Oh, no, that's the wrong one.
No, it's 2011.
Oh.
Yeah, the Old Republic was first launched in December of 2011. Online game, multiplayer video game, massive multiplayer video game. Yeah, 2011.
Yeah, that may be time to. I don't know what you do because they're gonna have to eventually. The engine felt really old.
Mm-hmm.
And it may be time for an update, but this may be when they start doing that.
I'm actually surprised that they're putting this much time. I guess if their player base is concurrent in there, yes, you invest some time into it, but I feel like they're making this change because they're not as strong as it was before. So now they want to start focusing on other things in the next project, possibly even the Coda remake. I don't know.
Yeah. They could put them towards that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, outside of that, I need to replay it. I knew a guy at my job, he loved that game. Like I was like, I didn't really care for it. He was like, dude, you didn't like it. Sorry, God.
Bite my head off.
They're like, you should join mine and I can get you all this stuff and we can show you where to go and everything. But for me, that game didn't really resonate.
Yeah, go ahead.
I like for the most part, most MMORPGs. I like to play them, but that one, everything felt so dated. It felt worse than playing freaking WoW. And WoW, to me, I can play WoW. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad game. It's just WoW does show its age from time to time, but this one was really showing its age.
Hmm.
WoW, at least you could tell, got a facelift, and they was working on getting it, keeping it going. This one just feels like, it's just aging, and it's just getting older and older. They have to change certain things. I feel like some of the battle mechanic and some of the graphics need to be updated. Some of the movements of the characters and some of the combat has to feel much better. They can do things to where the combat will not feel as mechanical or stiff.
Yeah, you want to bring inside a modern era versus previously. Because there's a game that, let me see if I can pull it up in here, because there was a game that I saw on PlayStation that looked interesting to me, and I wanted to try it out with y'all. And I played it by myself. Well, I was going to go and try it out and just try to do the tutorial and then test it out, see if it was something that was worth playing with y'all. I played like literally maybe one tutorial tidbit. It wasn't even a main tutorial mission. It was just like a little tidbit of a tutorial. Instantly turned it off and uninstalled it. Like it was not good, but I think it would have been fine if I had a mouse and keyboard. Controller, it felt terrible. But it was one of those games where it's just like this is definitely dated. This is definitely even like I even want to kind of like I even want to on some spectrum. I even think that Final Fantasy XIV's battle system, as fun as it can be, still feels a little dated. So like right here,
I actually liked how the combat works. That was one I was going to use for is
for 14,
the way they weaved it in to where some of them are on a GCD and some are not, makes it kind of fun because the one thing in MMOs is remaining active. Now, I actually feel like in some ways I actually like WoW in some regards better, but that's for I like the variety of different champions, tanks, stuff like that. But this one, I actually like how the GCDs work on it. Having someone on 2.5 second GCD, the instant cast, which then you have to go to this one makes it more engaging than just, you push a button and you gotta wait. And
yeah,
everything's on that GCD.
yeah. Yeah, the game that I was looking at that I ended up uninstalling was called Eternal Kingdom Battle Peak. So I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but Eternal Kingdom Battle Peak was the game that I was talking about. That was on the PS5. I downloaded it, barely played any of it, and instantly uninstalled it when I got a decent amount into the tutorial.
Right. Oh God, it's sitting in Steam and mostly negative.
Yeah, it was not.
34%. It looks nice.
He says 2 worlds equals why was this made? That's what Mildew Carrot said inside the thing. So yeah, it's just one of those. Yeah, it's just one of those things where yeah, I don't like. I do think that some things about, but kind of going back to the story on here, I do think that the Star Wars: The Old Republic should be updated. Again, I'm not the biggest sci-fi person out there, but I did enjoy my time a little bit when we were playing it together for stream, and was able to get to certain levels and be able to just literally traverse with you guys. Mildew Carrot inside the chat says, if you know of the game 2 Worlds, you know what I'm talking about. I can't remember, like I
the Skyrim killer. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, no, I remember. Well, wasn't Skyrim? Well, I guess there's a couple quote unquote Skyrim killers because I know the one Skyrim killer was supposed to be, or was it the WoW killer? Kingdoms of Amalur.
Kingdoms of Amalur was considered one also, but it never really.
Yeah, which is crazy because they had a great base game, but it's just
that was a whole thing, and I had nothing to do with the game.
Yeah,
that had to do with finances by Kurt Schilling. You remember the whole Rhode Island incident?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, that's what Mildew Carrot just said that too as well. Kingdoms of Amalur was a mishandled, which is, I could not agree with you more. Kind of going on over to our fun one here before we wrap it up for the day. Like I said, on here, this is from the Game Informer editorial on Game Informer. They're just saying, if you're wondering games that's coming up in 2024, we put them all in one convenient location. This list will continue to update as act as a living, breathing schedule as new dates are announced, titles are delayed, and big reveals happen. This should help you plan out your next year of gaming and beyond. So, in January, we have one game that's listed for January right now. That's Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. I am excited for that. February, we have one game as well. Suicide Squad Killed This Justice League.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that's February of next year. And then that's actually all we have that's officially announced for next year. All the rest are to be announced, which is 33 Immortals, Animal Well, Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy, Arc 2, Avowed, Baby Steps, Beastie Ball, Blue Protocol, Cat Quest Pirates of the Caribbean, Concord, Crashlands 2, Crypt Custodian, Dungeons of Hinterberg, Earthblade, and that's probably the first time I've seen this. There's a game, it's called Earthblade. It's out, but like it's announced, but it's not announced for any platforms. Like legit, not even on PC. It just says Earthblade, and that's it.
Yeah, it's going somewhere.
Yeah,
Maybe it's coming on Stadia.
probably. Earthlock 2, Ete, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Forgotlings, Frostpunk 2, Funko Fusion. First and foremost, who's coming up with these names, man? Like, these names are absolutely ridiculous right now. Greedfall 2, The Dying World, Haunty, John Carpenter's Toxic Commando.
Commando?
That one I'm actually looking forward to.
That's based off you ever heard of the Toxic Crusader?
No,
That's
no.
going back. It's an old 80s show. The Toxic Crusader. That's what it reminded me of for some reason.
I mean, it sounds the Toxic Commando. You and Mildew actually saw on previous showcase.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's the zombie apocalypse one.
Yeah, okay, I'm thinking of the wrong one. Yep.
Lightyear Frontier, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Little Kitty Big City, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Metaphor. What, Luigi's Mansion?
Yeah.
Metaphor Refantazio, Megwenix, Mugenics. That's what it is. Mugenics. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024.
Okay, that looks interesting.
Multiverse.
No, it's
Never.
Multiverse. She was right.
No, this was just multiverses. Yeah, multiverses.
Yeah.
Neva, Pal World, Paper Trail,
Never.
Penny's Big Breakaway, Persona 3 Reload, Rekka, Rise of Ronin, Rivals 2, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
That's my Final Fantasy 16.
Star Wars Outlaws, Starship Troopers Extermination, Still Wakes the Deep, The Lost Wild, The Spirit of the Samurai, The Wolf Among Us 2, Towers of Akasba, Toxic Crusaders.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Gotcha. Ultros, Untitled Princess Peach game, Witchfire. And I think this is also kind of interesting because, like, there's games that's not on here that we know is going to come at some point, and that's, again, Wolverine is one of them. You know, so yeah. Mildew Care Inside Chat said, "What's Stadia?"
And eventually, somewhere in life, we're gonna get a Metroid 4.
That's another game that's again, like, we know is out there. We just don't know much about it. We know that Dragon Age is out there.
Yep, Dreadwolf. Elder Scrolls 6. Somewhere.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our stream for the Dizzy. Once again, this is episode 18 of season 3 for All Things Gaming. Give you guys your video game news, updates, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys are checking out our Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all of that at ALWT Gaming, or you can type in At Least We Tried Gaming, because At Least We Tried. Again, like I said, the latest post that we have up there on the ALWT Gaming page for YouTube is my demo playthrough of Eternights. You guys are welcome to check that out. I kind of do dabble a little bit in voice acting on there, because one thing about Eternights is that all the other characters talk except for your main character. Your main character just texts. So I was kind of doing a little voice acting on that, but I had to be quiet though, because it was late at night, and I had the baby and my wife were both fast asleep, obviously not trying to wake them up. But yeah, if you guys want to check that out, make sure you guys go to youtube.com. Type in ALWT Gaming Eternights, or just At Least We Tried Gaming Eternights. It should be pop up right on there. If you want to check it out for yourself, again, make sure you guys are downloading it on Steam. You can't download it on PS4 or PS5 yet, but you can download it on Steam on your PC or Steam Deck, because that is a thing. You can do that on your Steam Deck as well. Play the demo that way, and get to see what it's about. Again, I thought it was a fantastic demo. And I hope that other people are able to compare and resonate with it as well. But yes, I would say it's a must go play. It's actually a little creepier than I thought it was going to be, for sure. And then keep, as Mildew Isnabal would say, keep your ears to the ground for this weekend, as we may live react to the Bandai Namco showcase. If we don't live react, we will post react to it at some point, maybe even for our ALWT Gaming segment on Tuesday, if we don't get to it before Tuesday. Yes. And of course, I cannot leave without saying, make sure you guys go into Rep Sports, reppsports.com, type in ALWT Gaming at checkout, get 50% off your Raise energy drinks. They have some quite delicious beverages over there for you guys to check out. And I think you guys will like them. Because if you guys like sour gummy worms, you guys are my kind of people. You know what I mean? Like that watermelon frost, you guys are my kind of people. All that good stuff, you guys are going to end up enjoying it. Has 0 sugar in it. No sugar. I'm not going to tell you about the caffeine, but no sugar. Okay?
No sugar.
No sugar.
Don't think about nothing else. No sugar.
Yep, no sugar.
That's all you need to know.
All right, we are signing off for the day. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. I am Malachi36. This is It's the Nightball. In the chat is Mildew. We carrot. Until next time, everybody. Control, Alt, complete. Peace.